We're getting closer and closer to Trisha Paytas and Moses' wedding, but a lot of fans think it actually might not happen, especially after everything that's come out this week. It's a mess, so let's get into it. So, Trisha Paytas is due to get married to Moses in only a few short months. They're having a November wedding, but a lot of fans think the wedding is gonna be canceled. I'm gonna fill you guys in on everything that's gone down, but also just remember this is all speculation. The other day I was just scrolling on the H3 subreddit and I found this post that said Moses' ex has a Q&A on her Instagram account about dating Moses and how she found out he was dating Trisha. So these stories are from one of his alleged ex-girlfriends that apparently met Moses because she was a fan of the H3 podcast. Some people thought this girl was probably fake and just looking for clout, but she did post photos of her with Moses and even personal messages that they shared. Now, the messages that she showed are really bad and really mean. It's just Moses saying some not so nice stuff about Trisha to his now ex-girlfriend, and they were horrible. So from my understanding, before we get into these Instagram slides, this girl was allegedly dating Moses when Trisha and Moses first met. Trisha and Moses did that TikTok bachelor thing on the H3 podcast, and that's how their relationship started. The entire time that was happening, Moses' now ex-girlfriend was under the impression it was all just a joke for the podcast. So getting into these Instagram stories, the first one says, "What did Moses say to you when you found out that he was talking to Trish?" And she said, "He told me it was a joke for the podcast when they were doing The Bachelorette. He said Ethan told him to message her as a gag. He kept reassuring me it was all for entertainment." Were you talking to Moses when he reached out to Trisha? And she said, "We were dating and I found out he was cheating with her through fans sending me her OF content with him." When was the last time you spoke to Moses? And she said, "Probably in April of 2020. Been thriving since." Another person asked, "Is Moses using Trisha?" And she said, "Never forget #Trisha. And you tell me." Someone living in Inglewood now lives in a mansion and all he had to do was betray everyone he loved. Now, this is something that a lot of people have been wondering about. When Trisha and Moses got serious, they bought this $3 million mansion and it's absolutely beautiful. People were wondering if just Trisha bought it or if Moses bought it too. But Trisha said both their names are on the mortgage and made it known that Moses has his own job and his own money. Moses designs furniture pieces for a living, and Trisha said they really appreciated such a huge commitment from Moses when they signed for the house. Another person said, "Do you think Moses is marrying Trish for her money?" And she replied, "Y'all asked the same question like you don't know the answer already. You're smart. What do you think? Do you think he's ever cared for Trisha?" And she replied, "I thought no back when we were a thing, but now I don't know. But in love with her money? Yep." Another person said, "Is Moses rich? All Trisha stans keep saying that he's wealthy." And she said, "I don't know where this rumor came from, but absolutely not. He's not poor, but not wealthy." Then people started asking more questions related to the H3 podcast. Someone said, "Are you an H3 fan? What are your thoughts on Ethan and Ela?" And she said, "I was. Moses would lie to me about things that H3 were saying and told me they were talking shit about me. I believed him at the time and felt betrayed by them for a little bit, but I realize now that they were an innocent party in this, just as I was." Has Moses talked about any crew members other than Dan? And she said, "Not that I remember. He would go in on Dan specifically." Did Moses ever talk about Ela to you? And she replied, "Not really. The main thing he said about them is that they're super unorganized when it comes to the podcast, and that things just kind of come together last minute." Do you think ruining the family has always been his plan, even before Trisha? And her answer was, "Oh, absolutely. He even told me I needed to move far away from my parents. I don't think it's a his family issue. It's more that he has an issue with families in general." Then someone asked her about her thoughts on the possibility of Moses cheating again. Do you think he's faithful or the type to cheat based on you knowing him? Now, the whole reason people are even asking that question is because it's something that happened in Trisha's vlog the other day. The video is titled, "Trying Starbucks New Fall 2021 Menu, Apple Crisp Macchiato Review." In the video, Trisha's talking to one of the Starbucks employees while they're waiting for their drinks, and the Starbucks employee starts telling Trisha about how he saw them the other day on Rodeo wearing their black wig. The problem is, Trisha didn't remember that happening because it didn't. Trisha was like, what? Really? What was I doing? I mean, probably. And the Starbucks employee's like, yeah, you were on Rodeo near the Louis Vuitton store wearing your big black wig. And you could just tell Trisha had no idea what he was talking about, but they still played along.
I haven't tried the caramel thing yet.
I saw you the other day in Beverly Hills.
Really?
Yeah, like near Rodeo Drive. And like, it was like you were wearing like, I don't know, it was like that big black wig that you had.
On Rodeo? Oh my god, what was I doing? I mean, probably.
I was like with my friends, we were shopping near Louis Vuitton.
Oh!
And then I walked by you and my friends wanted to say hi, but we were like,
oh, why didn't you?
Well, this photo started to circulate on the H3 subreddit a few months ago that shows Moses with a girl with black hair hanging out near Rodeo. Now people are putting 2 and 2 together. Someone said, remember when Moses was busted a few months ago for hanging out with this girl at Venice Beach? A fan saw them and posted it to Reddit. It's now being rumored that this girl that Moses was pictured with a few months ago is probably the girl the guy from Starbucks saw and assumed it was Trisha. People are now trying to say that this is proof that something a little bit suspicious is going on here. A fan of Moses and Trisha actually tweeted Moses to warn him that people were spraying this picture again as a way to claim that he's up to no good. They said, just as a heads up, they are now spreading rumors that you're cheating on Trish based on an old photo of you at Venice Beach with another woman, plus that you may have been at Rodeo Drive with her recently. And Moses actually replied and addressed that photo saying, this is one of my best friends that is invited to my wedding. At this point, they're just making up lies in an attempt to upset us. But they're just losing credibility every day. Now, people under the Starbucks video think otherwise. Someone wrote, oof, the girl with the black hair? Yikes. Trish, that was not you, huh? What was Moses up to? And someone else said, he did not mistake you for Moses' side chick, did he? Trisha also kind of responded to the whole situation without really saying too much. They posted a TikTok that said, when the comments tell me Moses dated other girls before me, how dare he? A lot of people in the comments think Trisha is just in denial because they really want to get married and have this picture perfect wedding. Someone said, before you? What about while still with you? Stage 1 denial. Like I said earlier, this is all just one person's side of the story, but it's still really interesting. For so long now, people have thought that Moses is just really innocent and actually kind of felt bad for him. But since this whole frenemies breakdown, people are starting to see Moses in a completely different light. I think a huge wake-up call for a lot of people was seeing Moses go and sit in a room with Keemstar while they talk about his sister's husband. As for Moses using Trisha for money, of course, I mean, that could be true, but at the same time, he does do a lot for Trisha. Some of the skits and costumes they make him wear are just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, like, you have to at least like a person to be able to go through all that embarrassment for them. I don't think anyone can really say for sure if he's all in it just for the money or not, because it's not a relationship and we don't really know. As much as Trisha has done a lot wrong, no one deserves to go through that kind of heartbreak, especially right before your wedding day. Hopefully it's not true, but also be on the lookout for a kitchen floor video soon. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.